I'm Theodore Henry, and you're watching Jamaica Magazine. This little rock is one of the best places anywhere in the world to call home. And this is the show to watch to see just how much you're so nice and the government's initiatives that are making it even better. Stay tuned for more.
Mommy?
Yes, sweetie?
How can I change my world?
You can change your world
by being polite.
Good morning.
Good morning. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Miss.
With just one action.
We can change the world with acts of random kindness.
Stay kind, act kind, be kind.
Now, I'd probably be pushing it if I say all. But I do believe that most Jamaicans are thalassophiles. Now, I don't know if it's because we're an island nation and the deep cerulean blue for most of us rests just an easy ride away, but our love for the ocean is undeniable. So, a thalassophile is a lover of the sea, and it doesn't require swimming. That's not a precondition. You can simply chill on the beach and enjoy the stretch of beauty.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, join us in helping to make Jamaica a safer place for all. Log on to jamaicaeye.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
Statistics meet crime fighting to make our island home safer with the Jamaica Crime Observatory. Watch this next feature to find out how.
The Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, is helping to build safer communities through the Jamaica Crime Observatory Enhancement Project. Established in 2011, the Jamaica Crime Observatory is a web-based crime and violence data bank hosted by the Ministry of National Security.
The project is seeking to enhance the capacity of the Ministry of National Security, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and a number of other stakeholders in their response to data collection, data entry, data dissemination, and data analysis. This is a World Bank funded initiative. It is valued at 44 million Jamaican dollars.
The upgrade to the system falls under JSIF's Integrated Community Development Project, ICDP. The aim of the ICDP is to improve basic infrastructure and social services delivered to 18 targeted at-risk communities. JSIF seeks to use data from the Crime Observatory to inform the planning of social and technical interventions to be implemented in these communities. To ensure a concerted approach towards crime prevention and management, a number of government entities supply statistics to the Crime Observatory. These include the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Ministry of Health, the Registrar General's Department, and the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine.
We collect data from murder statistics to sexual offenses, suicide, traffic fatalities, hospital data, fatal shootings for various parishes in Jamaica.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, is the primary source of data for the observatory. Under the project, the Statistics and Information Management Unit of the JCF has received handheld GPS devices to assist in increasing the accuracy of data collected.
From the perspective of the crime scene, the forensic crime scene analysts utilize the handheld devices provided by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund to map the exact location of each crime. The devices are also able to take photographs of the environment within which the crime occurred. With that information, the analysts are able to get a better context within which the crime occur. And that has been very significant in our analysis process.
In addition, the gadget also assists us to be able to do analysis, temporal analysis of the time crime take place. If you plot those information on a graph, you can see over a period of time, you can be able to determine trend, so you can do trend analysis.
As part of the JSIF funding, the unit also received laptops, desktop computers, firewall devices, servers, UPS devices, and software packages to improve the efficiency of processing the data collected.
It allows us to provide data to the Crime Observatory in a much faster turnaround time than the monthly cycle that we usually provide the data to the Crime Observatory.
Additionally, 2 data entry clerks have been employed by the unit to assist with the timely input of information into the system. The Ministry of National Security will also receive funding to engage the services of a crime analyst.
What the engagement of the crime analyst will do is that they will help with better forecasting and predicting utilizing data which is in the Crime Observatory.
The project, which started in 2017, will also fund the training of 7 Ministry of National Security staff and 8 persons from the Jamaica Constabulary Force in the areas of system maintenance, spatial analysis, and the use of ArcGIS software technology. Improvements to the Jamaica Crime Observatory are essential to various stakeholders in the formulation of policies and strategies to keep Jamaicans safe.
What the Crime Observatory is able to do is provide us with good, timely, accurate data for us able to craft our policies, and from crafting our policies we're able to then craft acceptable strategies to help with the crime and violence and citizen security.
With geographic information system, we can actually pinpoint the exact location of a crime. We can pinpoint the area, such as a shop or a bar, that is likely to be affected by a particular type of crime, which means that we can practice preventative policing. We can actually preempt what is likely to take place, put in strategy in order to prevent those occurrences.
Through the Jamaica Crime Observatory Enhancement Project, the Jamaica Social Investment Fund is enhancing the efficient collection and analysis of crime and violence statistics, building on the capacity of the government to better plan crime-fighting strategies.
It was a short work week, but there was still much news, and the major ones are coming up next.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark made his budget speech this week and announced a $14 billion stimulus tax package aimed at increasing business and economic activities. It includes raising the annual GCT threshold, replacing all ad valorem stamp duty with a flat rate of $5,000 per document, reducing the transfer tax on financial instruments, increasing the transfer tax threshold applicable to the estate of deceased persons, and abolishing the asset tax payable by non-financial institutions and the minimum business tax payable by all registered companies.
After almost 20 years of consistent tax increases and no new taxes last year, it is now time to give back. It is the right thing to do.
The interest rate on postgraduate and pay-as-you-go loans with the Students' Loan Bureau are being reduced by 2 percentage points effective April 1. Finance Minister Nigel Clark has also announced a 10% cut on the loan balance of individuals who are employed full-time to charitable organizations and the administration's plan to provide $3 billion in grant support to the SLB.
The government is focused on increasing accessibility of tertiary education, as this is a promising means by which economic opportunity can be expanded.
Energy Minister Favour Williams this week confirmed that the national oil refinery Petrojam is once again fully owned by the government of Jamaica.
Who are the owners of Petrojam?
The government of Jamaica.
Okay, so 100% of the shares?
As of February 22nd.
Okay, so therefore...
On Monday, the Energy Minister reported that no illegal attachments had been identified on the Petrojam underwater pipeline surveyed recently by the Jamaica Defense Force.
The letter indicated that there were no illegal attachments identified on any of the 23 pipelines surveyed.
All the pipelines were surveyed visually and by hand, where the divers basically felt along the pipeline to detect any anomaly, any attachments that would have been there.
Meanwhile, government is in the process of drafting new legislation to give Jamaica access to funding to assist with the cleanup of oil spillage at sea.
The Oil Spill Preparedness Response and Cooperation Plan provides a framework for cooperation to combat oil spills which exceed the capacity of the particular affected state to respond. Adoption of regional strategy to deal with the risk to public health, including courier, fisheries and other economies arising from the transfer of invasive aquatic species and pathogens in ballast water of ships. This is of particular interest to us here in Jamaica.
The National Security Council met last Friday and agreed on guidelines to draft an Enhanced Security Measures Act. With the discontinuation of the states of public emergency, the new legislative framework was proposed by the Prime Minister to give intermediate and specific powers to the security forces. The Ministry of National Security, meanwhile, will be spending $1.2 billion to construct or improve 60 police stations in the new financial year.
Stations you're looking at for significant improvement in this fiscal year: Lucy, Half a Tree, Spanish Town is a new station, Black River repair, Santa Cruz repair, Brownstone, Clarkstone, Kingston Central, Constant Spring, work has started that already. Bog Walk, that will be done by Jamaica Social Investment Fund.
And finally, tourism earnings have surpassed $600 million since the start of 2019. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says the unprecedented achievement is the result of a continued increase in visitor arrivals.
We talk about the earnings and then people talk about the retention. And it is things like these that we're doing with these festivals that make the retention happen. Because the visitor comes to consume our cultural products. And if we have them in great numbers, with great diversity and high quality, then for sure we will get the consumption we require and the dollar stays in.
And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
On our roads, remember, take time, be courteous, drive good, walk good. Don't drink alcohol and drive. Don't drive tired or sleepy. Don't tailgate and don't overtake unless it is safe to do so. And always drive at a speed which will allow you time to stop quickly and safely. Let's keep it safe on our roads.
And now I'm taking you way back. How far? About 173 years ago, which marked a significant transportation milestone in our nation's history. So let's journey to the past with this feature.
We see railroads all over the country, but have we ever stopped to think about what good they are?
other than a train or two passing by and days too infrequent to even remember. Asphalt is the not so new but most popular way of getting around the country. But before that development, Jamaica was known for the rail. A cutting-edge technology in our nation's earlier years, the railroad industry has done a great deal for the development of Jamaica. Come with us as we take a step back in time while traversing the metal tracks of our country.
The inaugural run of the railway in Jamaica actually took place on the 21st of November, 1845. However, the competition as to whether the Jamaican rail system or the Canadian system was the first in the Western Hemisphere outside of Europe and particularly Britain would have to deal with whether when the proclamation and the order to get the railway started, if you use that as the starting date, it's actually 1842 and not 45. The rail service became necessary in Jamaica after the abolition of slavery in 1838. You needed a replacement in the production cycle of getting sugar cane to the market, and a cheap means of transport was necessary, or became the necessary element as a replacement for cheap labor. And therein lies the rub as to why rail makes sense, not only then but now in Jamaica.
Entrenched in the rich dirt soil of the land, the wheels of the railroad industry began to turn, and things were looking hopeful for the nation.
One of the fascinating things about rail, and this happened not only for sugar, but for banana, for bauxite, and for passenger service, is that the operating costs for carrying one coach is pretty much the same from a marginal cost standpoint as carrying 100 coaches. So you put together what is called a train consist that gives you an efficiency, bar none, when it comes to land transport in moving people or in moving goods from one point to the next over extended long distance. The economics of that make a lot of sense in cheaper transport costs. So who benefits? The consumer, the user, the commuter, the person who has to take goods from Kingston to Montego Bay, because the more you carry is the less it costs you. That translates to benefiting the final user of a product or a service, because they end up paying less in transport costs, which is a factor into that final price of the goods because of the use of rail service. There is also savings from less accidents. It is a safer means of transport than other land transport means. So it's not only less costly or the most cost-effective land transport, it's also the safest means of land transport. Our history and our record is that we actually is one of the safest railway in the world during our operation.
But something or things happened that shook the railroad industry as a form of public transportation. Maybe not forever, but for a period far too long to ever forget. For the wheels just stopped turning.
The operation ended because the use of rail for passenger service on a national scale was not as economic as it needed to be, and without subsidy the corporation found it difficult to continue. The capital outlay for rail and the maintenance operation is significant and costly, and over time we found ourselves, the railway found ourselves not being able to properly maintain its infrastructure. Passenger rail has not been in operation since 1990, but other operations such as cargo has been in operation.
April 16, 2011 witnessed the reinstatement of trains into the formal transportation system. It's a work in progress, and the Ministry of Transport and Mining is set on revitalizing the railroad industry. According to that plan, a priority program of the ministry is the restoration of rail service, facilitating the movement of cargo and passengers, and the development of a rail-based tourism attraction tour.
Revitalization plan that we have will make significant economic development contribution to Jamaica. I know there are concerns about whether, like other public transport, it will have to be subsidized. No. We will operate a business model that requires no subsidy from government. We have studies that show that a link from Kingston to Montego Bay alone, nowhere else, just Kingston to Montego Bay alone, will add $100 million per annum to the GDP. That's separate and apart from the labor value added, which is another $5 to $10 million annually. All the ripple effect of the communities along the route that will be developed for tourism. The business case suggests that you make significant financial gains or benefit in those areas. The first revitalized component will be from Montego Bay to Appleton, and that in itself tells you what one of the main attractions is. It also opens up the Wise Fall, the South Coast, and a number of other attractions that are in the interior of the island. We kind of had lost that vision once. We have recognized that again, and we are therefore pushing full steam ahead to ensuring that the rail revitalization plan for Jamaica come on stream, take off, and that we'll be back on track with rail operation in the near future.
So, if you missed the train the last time around, don't worry, because pretty soon we'll be traveling the metal rails again.
And now we step into the present with one group that can be seen all over the corporate area. No, I'm not talking about the persons building our elegant roadways. I am talking about these, the members of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement branch of the JCF. Right now, find out more about their work.
High visibility clothing, new neon bikes, and a continued commitment to serve, save, and secure. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF's fairly new police division is designed to maintain safety on our roadways. It's the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement branch, PSTEB. As of August 29, 700 members have been deployed across the corporate area and St. Catherine to allow for greater traffic management and safer public spaces. But what exactly is PSTEB?
PSTEB is a merger between the Motorized Patrol Division and the Traffic Division. And what has caused that is because of the rampant disregard for the usage of the road. Apart from that, we realize that we need strength of personnel on the roadways to deter some of the things that are happening.
And what of the branch's roles and responsibilities?
Our mandate is really to cover as much intersections and corridors as possible to ensure that the offenders, regular offenders, desist from doing the regular things that they used to do. Every corner you turn in the Half-a-Tree area, in Walton Park, down by East Avenue, where we have the one-way, we have presence there to ensure that the rules of the road is maintained. When you come out of Portmore, for example, or people come from the country, and they come into Marcus Garvey, and they divert in the East Avenue. Once it's East Avenue, there's somebody there directing traffic, pulling traffic out, so that it doesn't back up back onto Marcus Garvey. And the police is always there for guidance. So if they don't know where to go from there, we're there to show you.
And with their bright neon yellow uniforms and similarly colored bikes, the PSTEB members are hard to miss. The division has also been attracting attention and commendations for its sustained presence on the roadways and its role in restoring public safety, reducing crime and disorder, and improving public trust in the police.
But the truth is that we have been getting a lot of complaints. On a daily basis, you'll see taxi men. You'll see them lining up in lines coming down. We have people honking horn to show their appreciation. People are able to tell us by Twitter or other social media how much they appreciate us. They're able to go home on time to their family, etc. And all it takes is for us to just be present.
As the JCF continues its work, the public is being asked for full cooperation.
I just want to say to the public that peace step is new, but policing is not new. And we are here to maintain the peace. Just want to work with us and to ensure that we have a free flow of traffic in the corporate area.
Peace Step is just one example of the JCF working to serve, protect, and reassure with courtesy, integrity, and respect for the rights of all.
Hey there. So, did you know that plastic bags were introduced to supermarkets in 1977? The production of plastic bags are toxic to the environment as the process involves the use of petroleum, natural gas, and other chemicals. 160,000 plastic bags are used globally every second, and 5 trillion are produced yearly. Side by side, they can encircle the world 7 times. Plastic degrades after 700 years and will only fully degrade in 1,000. This means that all the plastic that has ever been produced has not degraded. It remains toxic even after it breaks down. 13 million metric tons of plastic end up in the ocean every year, and at least 800 species worldwide are affected by marine debris, of which 80% is plastic and is mistaken for food by turtles, fish, and other marine life. Research has shown that fish caught for human consumption contain plastic nanoparticles. An average family will use 60 plastic bags on 4 visits to the supermarket, and only 1 to 3% are recycled worldwide. Play your part in advancing your welfare and that of the earth. Support the ban on plastic. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and get eco-friendly bags for you and your 1877. I feel like I'd want to stay with you a little longer, but alas, my time is up. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Jamaica Magazine. Did you like the show? Then visit our YouTube page and subscribe for more. After that, stop by our social media pages and give us a like and a follow. I'm Theodore Henry. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.